Hey everyone, the Flying Scotsman here, and welcome to episode 4 of the Flying Scotsman Christmas. Now, because it's Christmas time, I thought that because I really like this little Dell Optiplex 790 so much, even though you can only see its butt, I thought I would buy it a present. Ladies and gentlemen, I can hardly believe this myself. I bought it an SSD. For someone who took bloody forever to come up with that, to actually join the SSD revolution. Yeah. I've been after one of these drives for this machine for goodness knows how long. Which means the hard drive can go back into the Dell Inspiron 1525 from which it came. So what drive is this? Well, this is a Crucial drive. It's a BX100 2.5 SSD. Just like my the drive inside my desktop is a BX. This is a 250... I can't mind if it's 250 or 256 gig SSD. But here it is. So it's nice and light, as SSDs usually are. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in. We're going to actually install it. Before I do, I just wanted to thank, there's a YouTube user who actually told me that I can find my Windows license on this machine by pulling out this wee tab. Now, obviously the Windows license is facing away from you guys, but there's also the service tag and some other code on here, I forget what it is, the Express service code, which is kind of good of them. So that is a thing. So I will be able to install Windows using the product key on here, because we're not installing Windows 7 once we get the SSD in. We're actually going to go for Windows 10. So we're going to do that today in this video. So I know it's going to be basically a repetition of the last video on this machine. I'm very sorry about that. Hopefully this one will go a lot better though. So what we're going to do is, so like before, we're just going to lift off the lid. And we're going to take off the front. Thanks to Tina, I've had my cup of tea this morning. I've been waiting on this SSD for a few days now, and it was supposed to come on Wednesday or Thursday, and I was getting quite worried because yeah, I've got stuff on, so yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just going to ease this back, and I'm going to disconnect the cable from the mechanical drive. And now we are going to unscrew the screws and get the mechanical drive out of there. I'm actually expecting a couple more mechanical drives for machines that I've gotten, and we'll be able to take a look at those as well. Oops, oh yeah, I forgot. It's actually the big screws that this wants. That's kind of confusing. Just as a recap, for those who've not necessarily seen the video, this is a Dell Optiplex 790, small form factor, ultra small, I think, and it has a Sandy Bridge quad-core 2400, quad-core i5 2400S CPU with Intel HD 2000 graphics and 4 gigs of RAM. I mean, the RAM is something I'd like to upgrade as well. So that is something I maybe will look at maybe in the new year. Just give it 8 gigs, it'll be fine. I'm actually running severely low on DDR3 sticks, I need lots of them. I butchered my Franken median at work to give my HP machine 12 gigs of RAM. So the stairs RAM that used to live in my main machine here. Okay. Okay, so that's this hard drive removed. Excellent. Now, because this computer takes laptop drives, I do not need any kind of adapter to fit the SSD in here. Unfortunately, because it's a slimline drive, it's I'm going to need something to hold it up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this bit of paper in just to hold the drive up to the screw holes. Then I'm going to screw it in, then I'm going to pull out the bit of paper. Simple. I won't need it anymore. There we go. I mean, really what I should have is a spacer. And I did actually get one with my, with the drive that's in my desktop. I guess you could say the drive that's in my system. I find it funny how I was really getting into vintage retro video games in 2011, and in late 2011 there was a song called Video Games that came out, but it was so depressing. There we go. And that bit of paper can now go in the shredder as well. So all this is now secured. Good. So what I need to do now is I just need to connect this up. And we will give it some power. I hope this works. Boy, howdy, I sure hope this works. And then we'll put the front back on the machine. There we go. To try and make room in my freezer, I've just put an Indian snack box in the oven. It's cooking and it's starting to smell quite delicious. Something that Tina and I share is our mutual love for Indian food. So here we are. The Dell is connected back up. And what we're going to do now is we're going to see if the SSD gets picked up. Well, the machine goes, so I've not completely wrecked it. Okay, so let's see. Boot sequence. There we go, SATA 0 250 gigabyte hard drive. So, now we want to install Windows 10. But we want to install it in a UEFI kind of a way. So what I need to do is go to post behavior, I think. Is it? Actually, I don't know. Power management? Nope. System configuration? I forget. I forget where to find EFI on this BIOS. Oh, yeah, here we are. Here we are, boot list option. EFI. Apply. So now what I want to do is grab a USB drive, my Windows 10 one, and I want to feed it to the front of the computer. And then I can go ahead and get it started. Indian snacks! And now, so we have EFI. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to boot now from the Windows 10 USB drive. And here we are, fully loaded. Okay, so we want to set this SSD up before we can do anything. So to do that, I need to press Shift and F10 to get to the command prompt. Type disk part. Then I want to list what disks are in here, what it recognises. So I'll type list disk. And we have here 232 gigabytes. So that's disk 0. Disk 0, I want to clean, and then I want to convert GPT, and then list disk, and there we are. So there's a wee dot, well, there's a wee start under the GPT heading for the 232 gig disk, which means that the SSD is ready to take a Windows 10 installation on EFI. Excellent. And this is Windows 10 1809. So it's the absolute latest and greatest build. Well, great is subjective, but can't fit me. Right, I'm going to put the product key in that I nicked off the back of this machine. Jings, that was the most British samosa I've ever eaten. Anyway, the taste, it was missing. Anyway, so, I accept the license terms, and we're going to go ahead now and install Windows 10. And I reckon this will take all of not very long to install. So, the time is 10 to 11 just now, so we'll see how long it takes to install. Just eating this veg pakora and, or is it an onion bhaji? I don't know, but it tastes slightly of something. You know, in future I'm just going to get my Indian snack boxes for Aldi. Or even an Indian carry-out place, because they do it properly. Or actually, I could just ask my dear half-sister, because she can knock the shit. She can knock the shit out of a vegetable pakora. Look at that fly. Now this is UEFI, but it is an earlier version. So you get to see the Windows logo rather than the manufacturer's post logo while the system is booting.
Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in.
Okay then.
Your region is set to United Kingdom. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your keyboard is set to United Kingdom. Would you like to stick with that?
Yes.
Do you also type with another keyboard layout?
No! No! Round! No! Steiner! No! No! No!
Now, let's get you connected to a network. That way, you can get updates, apps, and cat videos as soon as possible.
Cat videos? Really? Really? Really, Cortana? Cat videos? Is this the 90s still? Okay, so it looks like I'm going to... Okay, we're not...
Type what you want to name your account.
Okay.
Okay, now type a password for your account. Hey look, that's me, Cortana. Can I have permission to use the info I need to do my best work?
No.
Windows can save your spot in apps, files and websites so you can keep doing what you were doing, even when you switch devices. Just choose yes to sync your activities.
No.
Let's set things up the way you like them. First, choose if you want to use your voice to talk with me and other apps on this device. Now, choose if you want to let Microsoft and other apps use your location, and if you ever lose your device, here is where. Next, choose whether or not you want, and if you want to help improve language recognition. If you want tips, offers and suggestions that are tailored to you, just select accept.
No.
Finally, for these settings, choose whether or not you want to. Almost done now. We just need to get a few more things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out.
So it finally did it. I just needed to have patience, and it is, well, it was 11 o'clock when it started, so really, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not for a system that's about 6 years old. That's the charm of the solid state drive. It's actually the charm of the solid state everything. Oh, and an update on the Indian snacks. Tina has also kind of given up trying to get taste from them, and has instead gone with mayonnaise of all things to try and get the filling, to try and get the taste, to try and enhance the taste. Mayonnaise. And I know this is going to spawn a whole bunch of mayonnaise is really spicy memes. Anyway. I actually know someone who believes mayo is spicy. It's quite sad, really. Okay, so hopefully now we can do stuff. Oh man, we can do some things and some stuff. Whoops. Let's make massive mouse pointer. That's quite good. That's right. So let's see if I can find the Wi-Fi driver, and then we can actually do stuff. Excellent, so the software has been installed. But oh dear. I don't want to be using this, so what I'm going to do is tell it that I want to use Windows to connect to the network. Well, we'll enable... No, I don't want to use bloody BT. Bloody Windows. So let's connect to my own Wi-Fi instead. There we go. Oh, it'll be quite interesting to see what Microsoft do now that they're going for a Chromium-based browser. So let's see what themes we can get our hands on. See if we can find any Christmassy ones. So we've got warm winter nights, snowy mountains, up in the sky, field of poppies, frosty art, Candy Crush wallpapers. The colours of the rainbow, that would be quite nice. Bakehouse. Let's go for snowy sculptures. Wait, that's not how you install a theme. No, but it's certainly how you install hardware device drivers. Yay! And then there's Winter Holiday Glow. Nice. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. I think I'll set that on my main machine because I have an autumn theme at the moment on that. And I really don't want my PC to become the Moody Blues and be forever autumn. Hew, 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 hew. You're right. There we go. So that really is quite useful that it's installed Plex and Netflix as well as Deezer Music and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do with the start menu is I'm going to show more tiles on start and recently used apps, and there we go. Now I suppose we want to get some drivers, so let's sort that out. Okay. What kind of a snow sculpture is this? Ah, that's what kind. So I'm going to install some Night stuff, and then I'll get back to you. Right. So here we are a wee bit later, and well, we have the Dell command updater and Dell command update. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it search for drivers. While Windows installs some games. So this can take a wee while. And I'll do some updates as well at some point for Windows. These are only small games though, so nothing too taxing given the Intel HD 2000 graphics. Okay, so all the games have installed and we have recommended updates, one of one. And it's the updater itself, so we're away to update the updater, install the installer, and if there's time, maybe we'll compile a compiler. But while that's working away, I think I'm going to play some Microsoft Ultimate Word games. Well, I still have a couple of apps to get installed on this system, but I would like to show you it now fully, well, pretty much fully working. Got all the drivers installed. So, watch how quickly this boots up. On. Typing password. Done. What if I wanted to go into something like Netflix? Again, very easily done. and then I want to load a program. Obviously, I'm only going to play as far as the Netflix logo. That's if I even can.
Letters pop out from a white back.
There we go. I mean, I didn't time it or anything, but really, I don't need my system to start up within a specific time. I just need it to start quickly. And the SSD in here allows me to do that. So, I believe that that is everything all nice and set up on here. We even have a nice Realtek audio driver. So, right, okay, and the speakers are the opposite way round, at least on this machine. That's a bit, yeah. Yeah, that went well. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to swap it all round, I think. Loudness equalization. No, I'm not gonna. I never mess with the EQ on these kind of speakers. So, yeah. But everything is all up and running now as well, which is good. And the system itself is quite nice and quick. I don't really have much in the way of games on here, but then again I didn't want any, so tell you what we will do before I go. We'll maybe do a round of Rayman Jungle Run if I've remembered to install it on here, which I did. Oh, Jengs, I've got to log on. Okay, so this is a very simple touchscreen game, but you only need to jump. But I can do that using the spacebar. So, I did that slightly wrong. That woohoo sounded very Monokuma-esque. See Danganronpa. Mapper and Holly Stockpark's done millions of playthrough on that. Yay! So there you go. I mean, that's Rayman Jungle Run. So, this is the Dell Optiplex 790 with an SSD. So thank you for watching this video, and please join me for my next episode of TFS Christmas.